Hello everybody and welcome to Game 4 of Episode 5, King of the Hill. We have here just winning his previous game against Sidolio, playing as the British faction on the northern side of Longarskaya. It is our current king, Paula.
And our new challenger, straight from Argentina, Mr. Luciano. Plays lots and lots of 1v1s, playing as Pro Steer in the south. Good spawn for him, and as Austere, obviously. He has defensive doctrine in his loadout. Haven't seen that in quite a while for a 1v1, usually in team games. But it does have Austrupa now, it does have a Stugi. It is a lot stronger than people have given it credit for. If you haven't tried it, you definitely should. But just a standard opening coming from him, Grand MG. With some wire being dropped down on this munition / VP house, so you can prevent that capture. Good stuff.
I actually really like that community defense commander, but I can never really find a viable way to play it in its previous form. It has had some changes with that Stugi, which I think is it makes it very good actually, because
yeah, it does.
You have that kind of you're trapping vehicles in. You've got something to defend against the infantry, and the Pak 43 is probably a little bit underrated, especially when you get it in a good position.
Yeah, and not on top of the Pak 43, we have VCO style concrete bunkers too. If anyone's got the chance to see those in play, they're pretty cool, and they're pretty effective as well. But they do take pop cap, unlike regular bunker.
Those VCO bunkers were just the thing that was missing from this game at launch. That I just like. They're so cool, you know, and especially the way they were in COH2.
Oh my goodness, this Gren's getting too low. Paul always does this where he sticks around in an engagement far longer than he should, just for that sort of psychological effect where he'll get that extra, you know, DPS in and force off his opponent, you know, trying to scare him away. But he always cuts it close. That infantry section got super low. You see here harassing the Pioneers, but took a lot of damage from this MG42, nearly halfway to vet. So he's going to have to pull that back, self-repair. Tech, I believe, available for Paul. He has not yet selected it. He's going to have to reinforce some of these squads.
It is worth pointing out, of course, that Paula's late retreats do coincide with drops in the value of Litecoin, which he has to kind of evaluate and recover quickly. So
yeah, he needs to remember he's the spokesperson for this, and people are watching attentively on top of the market. So any kind of RNG fail or bad play results in a huge drop in value for his cryptocurrency. Good teller mine here from Luciano, standard spot. I've always seen more known players. And I can say this for myself, you know, having played unknown players in Automatch, you kind of sometimes don't give them the respect they deserve. And you eat. Oh my gosh! He just lost a UC to Pioneers
on the distance.
And he just finished upgrading the Vickers K on it, so he just lost the 60 munitions or whatever it was.
Oh, man.
Huge loss there. He's locked in.
He's already got some engineers so he can salvage the wreck.
It was all part of the master plan, Stormless.
What are we not seeing? There was something there. In fact, maybe that's what he's doing. Perhaps he gets a bigger amount of fuel back. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully, for his sake, the Bitcoin's market is getting.
We know he's all about those investments. Do you know what I mean? So no worries selling off something a little bit cheaper if you can harvest it for better gain. As the,
That's right. Someone noted he built more green cover next to his cutoff so he can defend it better with it.
Oh,
Bitcoin stock market crash. Good stuff. Good stuff.
That was a great start for Luciano. That's
oh yeah,
Luciano. He's getting his tier 2 up at the moment. So a quick movement into battle phase 1, and Paula is just struggling to keep 4 units alive on the field at the moment. He's gonna have to be careful because that telemine went down, I think, completely outside of view, and that will catch Paula off guard.
Yep. Tier 2 built, placed, bunker coming down. Looks like we will see a... Well, I mean, he can go either flame, half-track, or 222. The problem is the Brits can get AEC super quickly, so Austria has a bit tougher time on utilizing your light vehicles. So you get a shorter time window, basically. But he is actually building a sniper. No AEC requisition, nothing there, so 222 will work quite nicely for him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a awkward tech we're seeing. And it's a bit of a risk as well to go for a sniper, I think, in this position. Because, you know, you need something that maybe is going to be able to cap, control the map, keep the map, and the sniper is... Sniper's a liability in some sense. Is it more intensive to micro?
Yeah, especially when you're behind. Just like we saw from Sidolio last game, he built it a bit later when things already went terribly for him. Fortunately for Paula, it's not too bad for him. Langoskaya is a bit less punishing than crossing in the woods, especially north crossing in the woods, so he'll have a little bit more leg room to work with. But the sniper took a shot and immediately retreated. I don't know what he was worried about, his counter snipe, or he did it by mistake. I don't know if you saw that. He shot the Gren in the middle VP and then just instantly retreated. So I think he thinks he has a read on a austere sniper. So
I've just got an alert to say that the value of Bitcoin just dropped. Then so that's probably
so.
That's probably why. Probably why he hit the retreat. No time to micro. But I mean, actually, perhaps he heard the noise profile of the scout car and thought maybe he was going to get rushed. I mean, it's worth noting that he doesn't have mines on the retreat. He hasn't really got anything that is going to be able to deal with a successful push from Luciano. So I think actually making a retreat pretty much every time he shoots is a sensible effect.
Yeah, and another teller mine down on the right side road for Luciano. So he's just preparing for an AEC push on scout car. Good stuff, so he can use his bait. Pack 40 as well coming out for Luciano. He's really trying to set up for AEC. But now we're nearing 8 minutes, so that's pretty darn late for an AEC. So at this point he can kind of start getting a bit more comfortable. But you never know. You could always surprise him.
Well, he's got this great advantage because he can pretty much play his AT, his entire army in the center, and if the AT tries to flank, it's gonna get triggered by the telemine. So there's like a really good setup for Luciano. He worked the early game so well, and I think we're about to see that scout car go for the sniper.
Oh, he's going for the rifle nade on the retreat path. Oh, he waited a bit too long. That Grenadier was caught on that retreat path. If he did it a bit sooner, he would have got it. That was a really nice attempt by Luciano.
Well, credit to him for trying. As far as the start goes for Luciano, this is his first appearance in King of the Hill Season 3, so... And not a bad start at all. That being said, though, we saw that in the game with Kimbo and Sidolio earlier. It was a great start, and it got a bit shaky towards the center.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Everything.
Paul utilizing air supply operation, another extremely resource efficient ability. You get a 6-pounder plus basically it's an American mortar for 125 manpower and 80 munitions. So he's carrying those on the left side of his base. Definitely going to help against this MG along with the 222. Sniper forced off again. He's actually utilized the little sprint ability that what is it called? Can't remember, but he had to retreat again. Yeah.
Tactical movement.
Tactical movement.
Yeah, it's from Lightning War. So Lightning War's the choice. Late game Tiger, and I would love to see a Tiger. It's been so long. But I actually think the really good thing about utilizing Lightning War is that G43s, the firing on the move, you know, it's great sniper.
So good for snipers. Yeah, absolutely. I love G43s. The sound they make, amazing.
They definitely change up the kind of play style for Austere, because it's no longer that kind of having to A move, stop, fire the LMG. It's
exactly.
like be a bit more aggressive. You can gun as you get into close range. And, yeah, I think actually the G43s really open up Austere.
We have a new sniper under our command.
See Paul here actually blowing up these haystacks and fences to be able to give more visibility for his AT gun, knocking out that fog of war factor, excuse me, line of sight factor. So 222 force back. Luciano actually built his counter sniper here. It's in the, near the middle VP. He's gonna try to bait with the grenadier, but the positioning of it is gonna make it practically impossible to counter snipe here. So he's got to wiggle his way a bit further, hop in between the places of cover so he can stay on top of the camouflage. But because of the way he's counter harassing, it doesn't leave him much room to counter snipe, because these grens are all over the place and his sniper can't possibly maneuver that much distance without being spotted.
Can be added to infantry squads now.
Let's see, tier 3, or excuse me, battle phase 2 being requisitioned here for Luciano as well. Very healthy income. The problem is, though, like we've noted with Paul, is that he really does play... Oh, sorry, I thought I almost missed a counter snipe. But the way Paul plays is that he catches you with that call-in, and this is going to be the crocodile. So when you do tech up, you can kind of get caught out, unfortunately, the way it works out. You know, you'll get the Panzer IV out, and then just a few minutes later, there's a croc out. And you can't really deal with that, so... I hope Luciano's mindful of that.
It's the call-ins actually really affect that dynamic, because exactly like you say, it's nice to see with Austere that a lot of people go tier 3 and then immediately get that battle phase 3 up and the tier 4 built, so they have the option. But if you lose resources in that time, like, it's over. This is good creativity from Luciano here. I think he's playing the engagements against the Tommies well. He's trying to get them out of cover.
Oh,
you see the
Sniper's
Pioneers
available.
with the flamethrower.
Sniper was in the arc of the Austere sniper, the British sniper was, and he was uncamouflaged. But Luciano did not even move one bit to get that shot off. 222 moving up, forcing Paul towards his cutoff. Oh, the AT gun pushed the sniper away. He instantly retreated there. There we go. Sniper utilizing this room created to push up. Definitely the right move here. Just needs to make sure he creates enough space to where once he's pushed off, the sniper isn't directly in the way of a territory point like he is now. He's right directly towards the road on the VP, so you know the enemy's going to walk towards there. So you don't want to leave yourself in a spot awkwardly, having to maneuver out of there when it's too late. Oh!
The counter snipe is literally there. I mean, Luciano's running away, but...
Oh, he's going to see it pop out. He knows he should be paying attention. It's about to take a shot. He's moved off a bit. He's not moving his sniper a bit further, though. He can utilize the fence. Out of the danger zone.
Well, it's... I love sniper games like this, to be honest. Real cat and
Please
mouse.
don't tell me the RNG mortar shot going at the MG is going to kill the sniper. Watch it happen. Guys, it's going to happen. Luciano, get out of there.
Believe. I mean, that there where that mortar landed shows you that the radius can lap. But surely, there it is, the counter snipe.
There it is. Good
Paula
job, Luciano.
moves in for the MG, and validation, I think, for Luciano's choice. Now he can start using that aggressively. I think there's only... oh no, it's bolstered up to 5-man squads for Tommies at the moment, so Sniper's going to be perfect to pick away at those units and make the fight a little bit fairer for the 4-man Grenadier squads. Tier 3's going up in the base for Luciano, so we should see a medium vehicle, likely the Panzer IV, come up soon, and there's still that scout car in the field patrolling.
Oh yeah. And he can immediately build a Panzer IV once that tech building is up, so that's going to be a great momentum push for Luciano. He is moving towards the cutoff. Sniper does get pegged a bit, forced to retreat again. Pack 40 a bit cut out here, but fortunately he's right next to base where the MG42 is setting up to cover it, so should be an easy escape for him. No G43s though from Luciano. He's elected to go all 3 of his grenadiers with the MG42, he really does want to do the A move. You know, less effort.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like, but I suppose that it might. I think the damage output is higher, and it's a little bit easier just to move at range with the upgrade. Just want to point out there is a telemine from Luciano just around the right-hand side center VP entry to base. So should Paula, which I think he is, probably going for that late game croc, overextend it, and we'll get immediately snared by that.
Yeah, 2 teller mines up from Luciano in total. It's going to be good insurance against Croc. Panzer IV is out. Pack 40 recrewed. Luciano does have access to the relief infantry once he gets munitions. I hope he uses that because it's a pretty cool ability. It did get nerfed a while back, but it's still strong. Lets you get more meat on the field to deal against British 5-man squads. So you can just try to outnumber them.
I'm pretty sure the mortar is firing. Yeah, sniping needs to be careful. There's an immediate retreat. Panzer IV, I think, has a line of sight blocker here.
Yeah, he's going to attack around there. Yeah. Yep. 6-pounder's probably going to trade blows as well. He's pushing up with the blob. Where's this MG42 at? It's on the munition point. He's going to reset up here. And suppress these Tommies, just attack moving on to the cutoff. We got some suppression coming out.
This is the suppression on the first squad, but of course the Flamethrower Pioneers are there. And this is so close to Luciano's base. It should be so easy for him to deal with. Millers have been...
Miller bombs. Oh no! Pioneer going down here. He's got to replace that because it was his only Pioneer. Unfortunate loss there, considering you kind of want 2 Pios. Oh! Section very low, getting wiped here on the retreat path.
Wow. Somehow still surviving. I think
he's going to go for it with the 222.
He'd be silly to, I think, though, because there's going to be a snare there. Follows it up with the Panzer IV. Yeah, and he's not going to recrew that. It looks like he's going to go and destroy it. Paula's trying to get on it with the sappers.
Oh, he's gambling with this. Firefly being built. It's not quite yet halfway, so there's going to be plenty of time for Luciano to clean up the job. 222 about to go down from small arms.
I can't believe how desperate Paula is.
Oh my gosh!
Did he just lose a squad?
He just traded a Tommy for the AT gun.
All right, that's bad. That's really bad. The scout card does go down to the light arms fire, but nothing.
And he moved up his mortar up to the sniper. You could give this mortar 2. 6-pounder gets totally blown up. Pack 40 kind of going a bit too far up, but fortunately MG42 is able to cover it. Mortar goes down, is available for pickup. Luciano is floating a little too much. He does need to get a couple Pioneers out. I hope at least 1 here, because that Firefly is out on the field. He needs to get out of here with half health. Fortunately, he missed on the first shot. Tulips available for Paul. He's just punched them in. Pack 40 getting a first shot off. Firefly misses again. About to eat a Faust. Oh no.
This is bad from Paula. Like, I'm really not impressed by how much he's dived here. Taking the snare, and the AT gun's going to be able to finish. Panzer IV can still traverse the turret quick enough, but can the Firefly get 1 shot? Yes, it
out of control! RNG!
How did Paula pull that off?
Oh, God, completely
that was
annihilated.
Wow.
One of our panzers
Wow.
has been destroyed.
Do you know what? It's actually the fact that it was out of control allowed the turret to turn a little bit quicker.
Yeah. That was so ridiculous. I hate that mechanic. Abandoned and out of control. The worst things ever. They gave him that extra shot to finish off the Panzer IV when he didn't, you know, he wasn't going to kill it. But, you know, in all fairness, he did miss those 2 first shots, so it kind of was a little bit of payback, but still, that as a player, that is one of the most tilting things ever, where a tank is able to get that killing blow off of you because of the out of control. But
the accuracy of this
it still ended up
as it takes down this mortar.
Yeah, that's Pack 40s for you.
That is.
That was a Ken who had been there for 2 years.
Oh, the telemine has been swept there. Paula actually managed to get on top of that, which is lucky. Sniper able to get the retreat past the Tommy squad. What Paula's game here is, I have no idea. Because really now all he can do, he can't get the croc out now. Spent all that resources on the Firefly when, funnily enough, his usual strategy is to wait for the late game croc. So
yeah, I'm shocked that he did that. That he built the Firefly.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
There we go, double pioneer coming out for Luciano. Get a sweeper and a flamethrower. Yeah, I don't see how Paul comes back from this unless Luciano just starts throwing everything away.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
Well, Paula also isn't the type to quit easily, I think. That being said, he's also not investing resources though. He could get a Cromwell out. I think actually that might be one of the next things. He's going to build a sniper. Not sure about that, but he does have access to get a Cromwell out very shortly.
Oh, look at this! Look at this blob on the retreat path of these sappers. It's gotta get out. These were G43s. Actually, I think either way they can wipe them out here. How much firepower there is. Sniper getting off the killing blow, and it does. 50-50 coin flip. Does come out in Luciano's favor. Finishes off that one and only sapper.
Seen some very strange games today.
Paula bleeding out though. He's down to 160. Can't even get out of his base with those sections. He's just getting suppressed. Sniper out now. Just waiting, and he's probably going to get this counter snipe. Luciano has no care in the world anymore about a sniper. You can clearly see that now. Just waiting for him to move up. Yep, Paul's baiting with the retreat, and it looks like he's going to get the counter snipe.
Looks like he's paying attention.
The Grenadier is super close. Oh, that's red cover right there briefly. Oh, the MG burst had the missed timing there. I mean, there's nothing he could have done, but the MG shot its burst right before it hit red cover. If it was on red cover, he would have got it. So
the shell that sniper fires is just ridiculous. Look at the state of the sniper after taking out.
Yeah, that's a 50 cal round right there. He's just got quick.
Crikey. Well, I suppose it is meant to be for vehicles, really. So.
The sector has been cut off.
It's true.
Paula still showing some signs of fight.
He's still got some life in him. Luciano's taking up a huge tier 1, tier 2 army pop cap, so it's going to be tougher for him to get all the manpower needed to call him the Tiger. How much fighting he's doing, but he's got practically the whole map, so that's all you really need. Tactical movement coming out here. We're going for sniper retreating. Yeah, this triple cap is brutal.
Yep, well, only 95 VPs, which means a triple cap, just over a minute's time left before this game is over. And, well, to be honest, I think this game has been over for a while.
Yeah, after that Firefly engagement.
I think just after the Firefly teching choice.
Yeah, definitely. He could have had a croc for a couple minutes out already. And Luciano actually respecting that, still thinking that Paul has the resources to get out a croc. He got out a second AT gun, but they're both just chilling in the base, having some coffee, waiting for tank to show up.
I think that kind of shows that Luciano still isn't quite up there on the experience levels. I think he's had a bit of a good game here, you know, but he hasn't really been predicting the builds. I think he's just caught himself in some very good situations and made the best of it. But his preservation's been on point. Definitely have to say that he's played very well in that sense. What are these Grenadiers doing here? I think
going into base.
BM.
Broombar coming out for Luciano. He's not going to be able to reinforce any of these squads though with that manpower sink just now.
Losing a sector.
Yeah, get on top of that VP. Lead him out a bit further. All down to 25.
We are close to victory. Press on. The enemy has 25 points remaining. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
I love how Paula always gives it a go right up to that last VP. So he's going to take these two VPs, and his intention is to try and sit there for another 423 down from his opponent to take this game. And in a way, I mean, Luciano just needs to make sure he does not give Paula time to get back on his feet, because there are 165 fuel in the bank for Paula. If he does get that crocodile out, the Broombear isn't going to be able to do anything about it.
Salvage coming in on that penguin too. Got a bunch of resources from that. 6-pounder pings his opening shot at max range there. Stun coming in from the sniper there. Gonna get some extra shots off for the 6-pounder.
It's funny, really. I mean, Luciano is like still having to be careful at this stage of the game, and really has to make sure he doesn't lose his cool here. He's got a lot of units doing nothing though, a lot of units back in the base, a lot of machine guns that could be working their way up the field slowly. Instead he's trying to play defensively, I feel, and we're not far off Crocodile now. It's just late retreats there from Luciano. I'm not sure that he's quite paying attention to the grenade alerts.
I think he's on cruise control right now, just autopiloting. With Paul down to 15. Ooh, nice sprint, tactical movement there. Almost takes out the sniper. Good hit from the Broombar as well. Brings that squad down quite a bit. Just needs to get on that VP and finish the game off.
Gotta say the highlight of this game has to be at the start with Paula losing his universal carrier, freshly upgraded to the Vickers, to long-range pioneers.
That's a clip right there.
And it started bad and it got worse from there. That's how we describe this game.
Paul gonna bleed out here. Well played by Luciano. No king able to hold his throne today. Getting knocked out by the first challenger every single time.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
and our number one self-proclaimed Asian player has bit the dust.
GG.
GG.